As you exhale, once again, start by bringing that belly button towards your spine, opening the lower back. One more inhale. And this time, as you inhale, try to focus on getting length along the spine. So it's something that you should feel, is not something that people as an outsider might see. Try to see if you can get that spine to get longer from the tailbone all the way towards the crown of your head, And then as you exhale, let your body become absolutely heavy. Your body weight is really heavy. Your core is really heavy on top of your thighs. Take a moment to take a deeper inhale now. And if you have a block, remove the block as you exhale. And start by coming all the way into your tabletop position, aligning yourself in the proper way, wrist under shoulders, knees under hip. And from here, start by coming into your cows and cats. So rounding that spine, creating flexibility. If you're having pain in any particular area of your back, take it a little bit slower. Start warming up the muscles first in order to increase the range of motion. Stay into your neutral spine, tap your toes, and start engaging the core a little bit more, hovering on your knees. Staying on your knees, hovering above the floor. Lift the right foot away from the mat. And then immediately bring that right leg towards the sky in three-legged dog, squaring the hip. Bring the knees to flex again, feet on the mat, and hovering those knees. Inhale here. As you exhale, left leg, three-legged dog onto the other side. Left leg up, squaring the hip. Exhale, flex the knees, hovering onto those knees. Stay here and bring the heels together. And the inner part of your feet, not the sole, but mainly the heels together. So you're having a little bit of a V on your feet. The knees are going to pull out as you come into this pose. You're still hovering. Feel the engagement of the abs. And then exhale, close the knees together to the middle line. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One last time. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Bring the feet hip width distance apart. Exhale, find your downward facing. Start walking your dog, one knee alternating than the other one as you flex one, then the other one. Really try to make this walk really slow. Again, trying to focus on opening the back body, your legs, your arms, your head, really heavy. And of course, all the main core, the back of your core. In the next inhale, come all the way into your tippy toes. And purposely, as you exhale, try to bring those heels as close as possible to the floor as you can. Now, when you reach the maximum length where your heels are either reaching the floor or almost touching the floor, bring the sit bones a little bit more towards the back wall. And then bring the hip a little bit higher. Try to focus your attention as well on your head. You want no tension on your neck. Let the head drop heavy here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, fully flex the knees. Come back into your tabletop position. Make sure you have room to the front of the mat. Start walking your hands towards the top of the mat and bring yourself into your forearms. Forearms on the floor, hands fully grounded on the mat, alternate fingers spread on the mat and pressing down. It's not that the fingers are an accessory. You want those fingers really engaged, pressing down. And you will notice the difference in the engagement on your forearms. From here, tap your toes, hovering on your knees, hold it here, halfway to your dolphin pose. Really engaging the core, getting stronger on your abs, getting stronger on the back body. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the knees a little bit higher. Still hovering, but a little bit higher. Let the head drop heavy, no tension on your head or in your neck. Inhale, and as you exhale, extend those legs as much as you can. And walk your feet a little bit closer towards your elbows. Really trying to bring the sit towards the sky. Heel pushing down. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Stay here for one more inhale. Gaining in your resistance, working through your breath. Exhale fully. In the next inhale, bring the knees to flex. Find your child's pose, extending those arms, releasing the tension from your shoulders and elbows, pushing the seat back. Really get long here. In the next inhale, we're going to stay half child pose, half thread the needle. So right arm is really, really extended. Try to walk those fingertips a little bit further up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, as you exhale, threading the needle with the left arm, left ear on the floor. You might not feel much here other than the shoulder blade, guys, but I can speak for myself that I'm having a terrible pain today in my lower back. This twist is happening from the area of your hip all the way up to your shoulder. So really try to press that left shoulder down, gain more space and right by bringing that left shoulder towards the middle line of your body. Left ear on the mat, allowing for rotation, twisting on the side body. In the next inhale, bring the left arm to extend. And don't be just content with extending the arm. Once you extend it, inhale deeply, and as you inhale, bring the fingertips to really walk a little bit closer towards the top of the mat. You should feel a deep opening, a deep stretch on the side body on the left. From the hip all the way towards your armpit, all the way towards your fingertips. Inhale here. As you exhale, threading the needle to the other side, so right arm and right ear on the floor. Keep extending that left arm. Don't lose the engagement. Energy going in two different directions in the upper body here. And then inhale once again. And in the next exhalation, you're going to focus on two movements. Slide the right shoulder more under the torso and push the seat back, while the fingertips on the left hand are really, really grounded and trying to give you a little bit more of traction. Inhale, exhale, release. Bring both arms towards the top of the mat. Bring the seat to push back, round your lower back by bringing the belly in. In the next inhale, come all the way into your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, hovering those knees for a second. Inhale. Exhale, hovering those knees a little bit higher. Start pushing the sit bones back as much as you can. Get long in your arms. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the elbows towards the knees and the knees towards the elbows. So you're hovering on your knees. You're flexing the elbow towards the back wall. You're bringing the knees towards the elbows. Inhale, extend the arms long, bring the seat back. Our knees are always flexed. Exhale, bring the elbows to flex. Allow those knees to come closer to your elbows. Engage the core. Last time. Inhale, sit back. Long arms, head heavy. Exhale, bring it together. Elbows and knees come really, really close. Inhale, now bring the sit back. And in the next exhale, extend your legs. Walk your dog only for 2 full rounds of breath. Try to see if you can gain some flexibility, some opening, getting the heels closer towards the floor. And then come to stillness. Say yes with your head and say no with your head. From there, flex the knees and walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Allow yourself to arrive into your forward fold first time. Option to flex your knees. Option to bring up block under your hands if you need to. You choose your props wisely. Let the head be super heavy. So heavy that if you didn't have your hands holding you, you would roll over. In the next inhale, bring your hands into blocks or into your shins and find a flat back. Push the sit bones back to face back towards the back wall. Open that chest. If you have blocks, press the hands down and onto the blocks. Or if you have your hands on your shins, really try to bring those shoulder blades to the middle line. Make sure the neck is long in the back and in the front. Inhale here. Exhale, fully surrender, forward fold. Inhale, engage in the back muscles again. Align the hip bones, align the hip with your heels. Pressing the hands onto your shins or blocks. Shoulder blades engaging and coming together. And then surrender and let yourself go. In the next inhale, everybody hands, knees flexed, hand onto your thighs. Start rolling yourself up all the way up to standing position. Whenever you're ready, start by bringing the the right leg towards the back wall. Really big step so that you can find your first high lunge. From here, hands onto your waist. And I want you to focus 100% on your attention in two main things. First thing is going to be to push the back heel back. Try to extend this back leg. And then making sure that the hip is square, you're going to push that the right crest of your hip forward. Great opening of the hip flexor. As you know, hip flexor wraps around on the shoulder and on the pelvis area, around that girdle. So really trying to open. Inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, twist your torso towards the right. Keep the back leg engaged. Inhale, come back to center. Rotating from mainly the middle back and upper back, not the hip. Rotate towards the other side. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, bring the left arm down and try to open the right side of your body. Keep that back leg engaged, that back heel pressing towards the back wall. Inhale, come back with both arm up. As you exhale, left arm goes up, right arm goes straight towards the floor, opening the left side of your body. Inhale, both arms up. As you exhale, bring the left hand down and then start bringing that left hand towards the back wall. Stay here. In the next inhale, it's a little bit of a variation like a surrendering warrior. Start by bringing the right arm towards the back wall, left hand towards the right thigh. Inhale, come back to center, both arms up. As you exhale, frame the front foot with both hands, bring the back knee to the floor. Exhale, extension of the front leg, left leg extended in forward. Start surrendering here. Deep inhale. Let yourself go. Deep exhale. Come all the way to bring the back foot towards the top of the mat, forward fold position. Inhale, hands onto your shins or blocks for a flat back. Try to bring those shoulder blades to middle line, really opening the chest. Hands onto your thighs, flex your knees, rounding one vertebra at a time. Coming back to standing, left leg goes back, big step back, finding a balance first. So if you're having challenges with your balance, open that back leg a little bit more. From here, guys, pushing the back heel, squaring the hip. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, bring the hands onto your waist or hip, and then make sure that the left hip flexor is really opening. Maybe engaging a little bit more on the left glute. The minute you contract that left glute, necessarily the hip is propelled forward, is pushed forward. And arms up once again. Twisting, not from the hip, but from the middle and upper back. Twist towards the right, the left. Inhale, come back to center. Before you twist towards the right, press onto the right heel so that you're not bringing the weight of your body into the ball of the right foot. As you exhale, twist towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, start by bringing the right arm all the way straight towards the floor so that you're opening the left side of your body. Inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, left arm goes down straight towards the floor, opening the right side of your body. Inhale, both arms goes up. Right arm goes down and then towards the back wall, starting to twist, not from the rib cage level, twist from below the rib cage, guys, and then try to extend that arm. From here, Stay here. In the next inhale, bring that left arm a little bit more towards the back wall. Right hand goes towards the opposite thigh or the opposite hamstring, the left one. Inhale, extend once again the left arm. Get even more opening onto the left side and then gently come back to center. Take a moment to place both hands to frame the front foot. Bring the back foot to the back knee to the floor. Inhale here. Extend, surrender, extending the right leg. Take a moment to observe your breath. Inhale once again. As you exhale, start by bringing all the way the back foot towards the front and find your forward fold position. In the next inhale, hands onto your thighs, slowly start rolling yourself back up. Find your inhale, arms up. As you exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose, making sure you are stabilizing that hip, so basically tuck your belly in, tailbone down. Whenever you're ready, you're going to start by bringing your body weight onto your right leg, left knee towards your chest. Whenever you're ready, keep that left knee in that 90 degree as much as you can as you hinge from your hip. So you want to reach a preparation for Warrior 3, where you have a 90 degree angle on your knee, 90 degree flex on your foot, left foot, and the right leg is really engaging and firing up. From there, hands onto your right thigh. Extend the left leg, toes pointing down. Square your hip. Take a moment here. If at all possible, extend both arms forward for a Warrior 3. From there, in the next inhale, you're going to stay exactly where you are, but you're going to pull in opposite directions, arms and left foot. And then gently bring the left hand on the mat. And then from there, right arm in airplane mode. Hold it here. Get strong, not just on your leg. Really engage the core, guys. Bring the belly towards the spine. Stabilize the core as much as you can. As you exhale, bring the right hand, both hands on the mat, left foot on the mat. Find your forward fold, flex knees if you need to. Inhale, rise all the way up. Transitioning your body weight onto your left leg. Bring the right knee towards your chest. 90 degree in between knee and chest. From there, keep that 90 degree flex, start hinging from your hip and finding your Warrior 3, calf Warrior 3 onto the other side. Flex the left foot, sorry, the right foot. Square your hip. Option to stay here or option to extend your arms and your right leg in opposite direction. Stay here. If at all needed, flex the left knee a little bit. Inhale, pull in opposite directions, arms and leg. Really look for a long spine. And then gently, as you exhale, bring the right hand onto the mat, left arm in airplane mode towards the back wall. Stay here. Find your balance. Engage the core. The minute you disengage on the core, all the other muscles are working except the core. So really, you're going to be more challenged on your balance. You're going to start working your legs a lot harder. And then gently bring everything back to center. Open your feet wider than the mat, toes pointing out, with blocks under your seat or not. Find your balasana pose, your garland pose. Knees, elbows to the inner part of your knees. Pray your hands, pressing against each other. Open the chest. Take a moment to inhale here. Exhale fully, get deeper into your core, get deeper into the connection that you're trying to create with a block or without a block, in between your pelvic floor, the center of your pelvic floor, and the earth. In the next inhale, place the hands on the mat, keep the toes pointing out, heels in. Inhale, lift the hip a little bit higher, lifting your back up to the same level of your knees. From there, as you exhale, bring the hip down. Inhale, lift up to the level of your knees. Engage your legs. Inner thighs working. But do you think the inner thighs are disconnected? Well, no, guys. It's all coming back into that pelvic area, again into the pelvic floor connection. Stabilize those legs. If possible, come into your tip, into the ball of your feet, heels up in the air. Option to stay with the hands on the mat, or options to bring the arms in T shape. The chest is parallel to the floor. Take a moment to hold the pose, not the breath. Inhale, gaze is down, no tension in the back of your neck. Exhale, hands down, heels down, extension of your legs forward, forward with legs open wide and toes pointed out. In the next inhale, walk your feet to hip width distance apart. Start by coming all the way with hands onto your thighs and slowly rise back to standing. Take a deep inhale, arms tall. As you exhale, pressing the hands against each other, bring those hands along the middle line to heart center. Keep the block handy if you need it. We're going to flow on the sides. So right leg goes back, prepare that right foot, 45 or 90 degrees. Inhale, bring yourself into your warrior one. From here, as you exhale, you're going to start projecting the chest forward, hinging from your hip. Inhale, lift the torso up. As you exhale, interlace the fingers, the palms of your hands are pointing the sky, so palms up in the air. And then from there, allow yourself to open the chest, little bit of back bending, pressing as much into that back foot as towards the front foot. Then bring yourself back to center. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Take a moment to rotate that back foot, flex that back knee a little bit. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, you're going to do two movements. Bring the hands back to center, prayer's pose, hinge forward from your hip, and twist on the last part of your exhalation towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Find your stillness at the top of the mat. One more time. This time we're going to do the same onto the other side. So left foot goes 45 to 90 degrees, flexing the right knee, squaring the hip as you can. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, interlace the fingers, arms long and palms facing the sky, and then allow yourself for a back bending here. How deep or how much you open, it depends on where you are today. There's no better, no worse. You want to keep the gaze forward and have a space in between your chin and your chest. So you're really opening the thoracic part. Inhale, arms up. From here, rotate the back foot. And whenever you're ready, bring the hands back to heart center. Inhale in your center. Start hinging forward from your hip. And in the last part of your exhalation, elbow to the outer side of the right knee. Keep pressing the hands against each other. Connect here. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Bring yourself back to center. Stay here and place both hands on the mat. Allow yourself to come into high plank. Take a moment to press those heels towards the back wall, tucking the belly in, slightly lifting the hip. Engage the glute. So you bring the belly in and you engage the glute. Boom. You're stabilized on your hip. Now from there, crown of the head forward. Inhale. As you exhale, start flexing the elbows halfway to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, push yourself up. Exhale, halfway to Chaturanga. Inhale, push yourself up. As you go halfway to Chaturanga, guys, make sure the elbows are not coming out. You want those elbows to come towards the rib cage, halfway Chaturanga. Inhale, push yourself up. In the next one, find all the way down to Chaturanga Dandasana and hold it where the arms are hugging the rib cage. Inhale here, knees to the floor, chest to the floor, belly to the floor. Find your your half cobra here. Inhale deeply, gaze is forward or towards the top of the mat. As you exhale, bring yourself down. One more time. Inhale, front of the feet pressing on the mat. Engage the glute, again, stabilizing that hip area. Elbows in, and then lift, engaging the triceps. Opening the chest, gaze towards the top of the mat, not further than that. Exhale, bring yourself down. In the next inhale, you're going to come to Urdhva Mukha Shavasana, so upward facing dog. Front of the feet on the mat. As you push yourself up, you lift your hip, roll your shoulders back, really bring in a lot of contraction on your legs, glutes, opening the chest like you're projecting the chest in between your arms, and then gently bring the knees to the floor. Exhale, child's pose. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Take a moment here to come back into your tabletop position as you inhale. As you exhale, find your downward facing dog. Observe if there's any difference in between this dog and the first dogs that we did. In the next inhale, bring your feet together. From there, come all the way into a high plank with feet together. Try to see if you can drop both heels towards the right, so stacking the legs one on top of each other and finding a side plank. Lift the hip higher. If at all possible, left arm goes up. Engage all 5 fingers. Take a moment here. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the hip higher and the left arm towards the left ear. Gaze is towards the mat or in front of you, not further up. Inhale, bring the left arm up. As you exhale, pull yourself up again, hip up, opening the side body. Inhale, come back, and slowly bring the left hand down. Bring your feet to hip width distance apart. Find yourself in a Chaturanga Dandasana and hold it here. Tuck your belly in, engage the glutes. Heel push back, crown of the head forward, lift the hip higher. Gently knees, chest, belly on the mat. Inhale, half cobra. Exhale, bring yourself down. Upward facing, inhale. Here we go. Lifting the hip up. Exhale, knees on the floor, child's pose. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. In the next inhale, you're going to come back into a down dog. As you exhale, bring the feet together. And whenever you're ready, find your high plank. Heels pushing back from now, already engaged with the legs. Drop the heels towards the left. Tuck your feet on top of each other. Lift the hip higher. Right arm goes up. Stay here. Super strong. Inhale. Lift the hip higher. Right arm towards the right ear. Inhale. Bring the right arm up. Exhale. Right arm to hug the right ear. Lift the hip even higher. Bring the right arm up. As you exhale, right hand on the mat. Come with hip width distance apart. As you exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows hugging and aiming for that rib cage. Engage the glute, lift the belly in. Knees down, chest down, belly down. Walk your hands towards the top of the mat this time. Elbows pointing towards the back wall. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up to full cobra. Chest proud, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale here. As you exhale, come down all the way to the mat. Forehead on the floor. Arms to the side of your body, palms facing the sky. Let the shoulders be heavy. Take a deep inhale. Let all the body release the tension. Let it go. Be heavy. Nothing contracted in here. In the next inhale, start thinking about the muscles and thinking about the position before you go there. So you want to roll your shoulders back. It's not longer hanging there. You want the upper body engaged. Palms facing the sky. Forehead still on the floor. Now you're going to lift the feet away from the floor, pointing the toes, lifting the knees if possible, connecting with the engagement of the glutes, really lifting and firing up for those legs. Bring it down. One more inhale. lift the legs. As you exhale, lift also the arms. So you want to find your locus pose. Now stay here. In the next inhale, aim for those fingertips to reach the heels. Now bring the heels to come further away from your glute. And as you exhale, come all the way down. In the next inhale, bring the hands one on top of each other, stack on top of each other under your forehead. From there, open your legs wider than the mat, external rotation of those legs. So you want the heels and the inner thighs, inner part of your knees to be in contact with the mat. Stay here for a second. Inhale deeply. Without doing any movement, exhale and release. Relax every single muscle. In the next inhale, start by bringing the right leg to be aligned with your hip. So you want the head of the femur to come back into the socket. You want the front of the leg to be on the floor, not the inner part of your leg. Take a moment here. Inhale, extension of the right leg, right arm, and then pressing the left arm down into the mat to the side. Open the left leg in a scorpion pose here, a modified scorpion. So left leg wraps around the right leg and comes behind it. Left hand is pressing down on the mat. In the next inhale, come back to center. Now, left arm is extended forward. Right leg, front of the right leg is on the mat. Right hand is on the floor. Whenever you're ready, press into that right hand, rotate your whole body, finding your scorpion pose, bringing the right foot behind the left leg and touching the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, come back to center. Take a moment to place your hands under your shoulders, elbows pointing back, tuck your chin in slightly. Baby, 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 lift your head, your feet, your chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, don't change anything in your arms until you are fully up. Lift the hip up and then push yourself back into your child's pose. In the next inhale, start by coming all the way again into your, tucking your toes, find your downward facing, exhale. In the next inhale, you're going to bring the left foot in between your hands. The back foot is rotated, so it's perpendicular. And from there, inhale, extension of the left leg, finding a modified triangle pose. In the next inhale, flex the left knee. As you exhale, bring the left hand to the inner part of the left foot. And whenever you're ready, find your side angle. Now stay here. Inhale, extension of that left leg. Try to bring that left sit bone towards the back wall. And then exhale and stay here. Inhale, flex that left knee. As you exhale, bring both hands to frame the front foot. In the next inhale, you're going to start by bringing the back foot to rotate. So you want the back foot to have the toes pointing forward, both heels on the mat. So you might need to shorten the stance in between the two legs. If needed, bring blocks under your hands and find your pyramid pose. In this pose, you want to have a straight back if possible. Push those sit bones towards the back wall, but mainly the left sit bone. As you exhale, if you're using your blocks, come to a lower edge of your block and surrender. If you're not using blocks, surrender completely. Whenever you're ready, flexing the front foot, bring the front knee, bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Inhale, hands onto your thighs, rise all the way back to standing. Inhale, arms towards the sky. As you exhale, now the right foot goes towards the top, the left leg goes back, perpendicular feet. Take a moment here, framing the front foot with both hands. Inhale, flexing the right knee. Exhale, extension of that right leg. Keep both hands on the mat. Inhale, flexing that right knee. Bring the right hand to the inner part of the right foot. Whenever you're ready, left arm goes up. Stay here. Inhale deeply, extension of the right hand toward the right leg, sorry. Inhale, flexing that right knee. As you exhale, start by bringing both hands to frame the front foot again. Rotate the back foot. Start bringing that back foot closer towards the front foot. So you want both feet parallel to each other, toes pointing forward. With blocks under or without, inhale, find that flat back. Once you find that flat back, engage the abdomen a little bit more. Push the sit bones back. Open the chest parallel. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, start surrendering. Lower the edge of your blocks if you have blocks, or use no block if you need to. Let yourself surrender first. Then worry about pressing or pushing that right sit bone back. Press the left heel down onto the mat. And then gently bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Take a moment to bring the feet parallel to each other. Keep the distance apart, hands onto your thighs. Roll yourself all the way up. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. In the next inhale, last standing pose for today, we're going to start by bringing the right leg to cross over the left leg. Flexing on the left leg, hands to prayers pose. Start squatting into the left leg. For some of you, this might be good enough for you. You can stay here and simply play with bringing that hip a little bit lower and higher, like pulses here. For some other of you, inhale in the center, and you might want to twist towards the right. If you can, I can do it. I cannot do it, guys, today. But if you can, try to aim for the elbow towards the right ear, the right knee. In the next inhale, pressing onto that left foot, rise all the way up. Switch sides. Left leg crossover, figure 4. Make sure the foot is overpassing the right leg. All 5 toes grounded on the mat. You want that foot really giving you the grip that you need. Start flexing onto that right knee, squatting, bringing the sit back and then down. Options to start doing a little bit of pulses here. It's not boom, boom, boom. It's slowly up, slowly down, slowly up, slowly down. One more time, slowly up, slowly down. And for those of you who want to go with the twist, this is the option. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, maybe twisting the torso towards the left, aiming for the elbow towards the knee. Take a moment here. Inhale. As you exhale, everybody comes back to center, pressing down onto that right foot, engaging that right leg. Press down, root down, and rise. Great job, guys. Coming into seated position now. Bring the blocks with you. If you have a ball, bring it with you. Start placing that block literally at the edge of your sit. So you want that ball to be supporting your lower back. And if you're going to use the ball, make sure you keep contact with that ball 100% of the time. No matter what we're doing, you want to keep that lower back in connection with that ball. We're going to start by coming with the knees towards the chest and the chest towards the knees, sitting tall. As you exhale, allow yourself to become a little bit heavier. Roll your shoulders back, keep a chest open here. Inhale deeply, arms forward. As you exhale, start by bringing the heels towards your back. Whenever you're ready, start by lifting the feet away from the floor. We have a bunch of exercises here, guys, so start breathing correctly. Inhale deeply, exhale fully. Stay here, and in the next exhale, you're going to keep the legs exactly where they are. And as you exhale, rotate, twist your body towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. Grow taller on the chest. As you exhale, rotate towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Grab your ankles or the calf and extend your legs. Point the toes and open the chest even more. Try to find a super flat back. Take a moment to stay here. Inhale, flex the knees. As you exhale, bring the sole of your feet together. Grab your feet as if you were doing in your butterfly pose. Grab the feet with both hands. Inhale deeply, open the chest and hold the opening of the knees to the side. Still in the tipping point of balancing. Inhale, bring the knees together. As you exhale, extend those legs without grabbing anything this time. Inhale, flex the knees. As you exhale, start rotating again, twisting towards the right. Inhale, center. As you exhale, rotate towards the left. Try not to lose the flat back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, slowly bring the knees towards your chest and roll yourself all the way back onto the mat. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Take a moment to make sure you have your blocks handy. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to place the blocks to either side of your knees, flexing the knees. Inhale, keep the chest, and not the chest, sorry, the upper body, the core grounded. So let's start by bringing your hands onto, or your fingers onto your shoulders, and gently press them down onto the mat. Opening the collarbones away from each other. Place your hands in your rib cage and make sure that the rib cage, the front of the rib cage, is not wide open towards the sky. You want to control that rib cage. Really try to close that opening that you have in between your ribs in the center. So engage in the transverse abdomen. From there, guys, place your hands to the side of your body. And then from there, think about the internal and the external oblique, that they run one on top of each other in opposite directions. So you want to have everything into the middle line without having to think about bringing the belly in. If you did all the part, shoulders down, collarbones open, from there, hugging onto the ribcage, the front part, and making sure the obliques are engaged, I'm pretty sure your belly button is towards your spine. Keeping that, guys, keeping that same opening, same closing, you're going to drop the knees towards the left as far as you can. Maybe the left leg touches the block, maybe not. The block is there to prevent that you are losing the engagement that you gained when you were in the center. Inhale back to center. Reassess yourself. Use your self-perception and hands to realign yourself if needed. Exhale, drop the knees towards the right without losing the engagement. If you lose the engagement, you went too far. Inhale, hug everything again into the middle line. As you exhale, drop to the left. Knees to the left. Inhale, back to center. Hug everything in, really, really tight. Exhale, drop it to the right. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, keep that engagement. Keep the hands to give you even better perception. Engage the glutes and barely lift the hip away from the floor. Take a moment to stay here. Keep engaging. Make sure the rib cage is fully grounded. You don't want anything but your lower back and your hip away from the floor. Knees parallel to each other. If you're having issues to keeping knees parallel, bring a block in between your knees and then gently come back down. Just breathe in, but don't lose the engagement that you gained. Inhale, lift the hip up slightly. Press the glutes. Contract the glutes as much as you can. Stabilizing that hip. Guys, this is super basic. It's core. It's the foundation of yoga, of Pilates, of many different poses that we use, and it's the foundation for our daily functional and movement. So really work on your core. As you exhale, bring yourself down. In the next inhale, one more time. Start by realigning yourself, getting everything hacked into the middle line in case you lose. Then lift the hip a little bit away from the mat. Contract the glutes. Keep the knees parallel to each other. Bring the arms overhead. And now from there, engage a little bit more. This time you're lifting purposely, not just the hip. You want the hips, the lower back, and the lower part of your rib cage away from the floor. And then gently come back to the point where you have the rib cage fully grounded, but the hip up in the air. Inhale, lift up to the top part of your rib cage now. So you're coming into your shoulder blades. And then slowly, with control, come back towards the point where your rib cage are fully on the floor, back and hip up still in the air. Use the control, get you know your body, get you know your muscles. Inhale, engage those glutes once again, lift the rib cage, come all the way onto your shoulders this time. Not even the shoulder blades are touching the floor. And slowly, with control, bring everything back down to the mat. Bring your knees towards your chest. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, wrap your feet, come to happy baby's pose. Release all the contraction, all the concentration that you were doing to hold everything in the middle line. Take a deep inhale. Release and expand the organs as much as you can. And then exhale, trying to bring those knees towards your armpits, but mainly tailbone down. Inhale, come back to center. Rock yourself all the way back to seated position. Take a moment to start aligning yourself. Inhale, sit tall. As you exhale, you're going to come to extend your arms and hold your torso to 45 degrees. Find that tipping point balance. From there, if at all possible, lift the feet away from the mat. Extend the right leg. Keep the left knee bent. From here, release your hands from your legs if possible. Open the right arm towards the right. You want the right arm to come to T-shape. It's got like half of a T-shape. Bring the arm to center. Open the left arm. Nothing else move. Dissociate the extremities from the core. Now open the right arm again. And then bring it back to center. Inhale, open again. If you're feeling challenged, guys, here, that is because we are having a hard time dissociating what is core versus the extremities. We tend to move like a whole packed block, and our body was not created like that. Switch legs, flex the left, extend, flex the right, extend the left. Now bring the right arm up, or the left, it doesn't matter, and bring it back to center. Other arm, and bring it back to center. Control, control, and control. Inhale, one arm up. Exhale, center. Inhale, the other arm up. Exhale, center. Now bring both knees to flex. Grab your ankles and find your tipping point balance. Open the shoulders down and away from your ears. Chest wide open. It's like you're trying to bring your chest to touch your legs. Point the toes. Maybe, just maybe, can you bring the left hand to the outer side of the right foot, keeping the legs extended, and open, twisting into this pose. Inhale, come back to center, engage in both legs. If you need a break, flex the knees, otherwise keep the legs extended. Chest proud. You don't lose the chest proud at any point. Engage the legs, press the inner thighs together, inner parts of your knees together, inner part of your feet together. Engage everything that you can towards the middle line so it's easier to keep the balance. Right hand to the outer side of the left ankle. Whenever ready, twist towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, bring the knees together, cross your legs. With the block in front of you, place the block in front of you and hands framing the block. Allow yourself to surrender. Opening the back body, mainly the lower back, releasing tension from here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more time. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Now you're going to start to roll onto your back. And from there, you're going to start by coming into cow pose, cow face pose. So cross the right leg on top of the left leg. fully. As much as you can cross them, cross them. And then from there, grab your feet with each hand. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, start building into the pose by bringing the shoulders down and away from your ears. You should feel the back of your shoulders really grounded on the floor. For some of you, this might be more challenging than for others. It depends on body structure. It depends if it is a man or a woman. It depends on the possibility of crossing your legs, on the IT stretch that you have, an opening that you have to the side of your body, inner thighs, a lot of things. So guys, play with your own body and bring the knees to stack on top of each other. From there, the legs, the feet go to each side of your hip, not down, but to the sides, literally. Use your hands to pull those feet away from each other. It's like you're crossing your legs.
Oh, Roger, look at this.
By pushing those legs away from each other.
Roger.
Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the heels towards your hip or your back. Inhale.
Hard to get the milk.
Reach the crossing.
Milk, yogurt, you know what I mean?
And come all the way to cross the other leg.
Much longer before you finish.
Take a moment. And whenever you're ready, realign yourself. Shoulders down on the mat. Grabbing your feet. Shoulder blades down on the mat. Open the chest. Inhale deeply. And now from there, cross your legs really, really, really tight towards the middle line. Tight on top of each other. And pull the feet in opposite directions. Stay here. Inhale, keep pulling those feet in opposite directions. And as you exhale, bring the heels towards the hip or towards your back. Take a moment to take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, release. Rock yourself all the way back to seated. Plant the hands behind you. Find legs at the front and the back of the mat. Fingers pointing forward. Inhale, lift the hip up and find the reverse table. Roll your shoulders back, open the chest, engage the glutes, lifting the hip. It's like a bridge, but higher. And then gently come back down. Option to come back into reverse table, or option to extend the legs, heels fully grounded. Inhale, lift that hip up and find a reverse plank. Gaze is forward, ideally, or to the upper corner of the room, not fully towards the sky. Point the toes, lift the hip higher, open the chest more, and then slowly come back to seated. Everybody arms up. And as you allow yourself to surrender, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Deep inhale. Deep exhale, let yourself go. Rounding from the lower back, middle back, upper back and chin in as much as you can. Deep inhale. Let yourself go. Deep exhale. Not aiming to reach for anything, just let the body open. One last inhale. One full exhale. Whenever you're ready, start coming all the way back to seated. Scoop yourself down and allow yourself to come to lay onto your back, knees towards your chest. Slowly and gently rock yourself to one side. Feel each part of your back connecting with the floor. And then roll back to the other side. Then come back to center. Long extension of the arms overhead and legs towards the sky. Point the toes, flex the feet, dorsiflexion of your feet a couple of times. Point the toes, spread the toes, and then gently flex the knees towards your chest and allow those legs to come long on the mat. Arms super long, stretch yourself all the way towards the back wall. And gently place the arms to the side of your body, palms facing the sky. Take a deep inhale. Release every single organ, feeling the big cavity that you have in between your diaphragm and your pelvis, full with air, not just the belly. Bring oxygen to every single muscle. You have been twisting, compressing, releasing, so really give them a break now. And then exhale. One more big inhale. Focus on the internal organs. Focus on bringing expansion in that big cavity that you have, even including the rib cage. Expand everything that you can expand. Try to see if you can move the air in one direction and the other, left and right. And then let it go. Come back to breathe normally. An option to stay in your Shavasana or roll over to either side of your body. Your choice. Nothing to think about it. Just observe your breath. Try to bring all your attention, if any tiredness, everything that is left in your body, energy, bring it to your breath. And let it go. Whenever you're ready, we meet back in easy pose. Seated Sukhasana. Allowing yourself to sit tall, get grounded from your sit bones, rooted there. Feeling that you're really getting in connection with the earth. Roll your shoulders back, chest super proud. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. From there, bring the arms in a 90-degree flex. Engage all 10 fingers. It's like somebody's pulling the fingers away from the palms. And then gently bring the elbows together, palms together. Now bring the elbows to opposite directions and bring the hands to heart center, pressing against each other. Let's bow here, bringing the thumbs in between your eyebrows, third eye. For a practice that makes us stronger, not just physically, but we can really get to the core of our being so that we can identify what are our strengths, so that we can identify what areas we can improve. Not just physically, not just our physical body, but also in our character, in our mindset. Being thankful for each one of you, for your strength, for your commitment, but above all, for your consistency. Because the only and best way to get better at anything, but mainly in yoga, and the impact that yoga has in other areas of life, is through consistency. It's less important about the strength, the flexibility, the flow, the balance. All that is not as important as developing consistency. So, my veneration to each one of you, my celebration for each one of you tonight, and my respect for your commitment and your persistence. The light in me honor the light in each one of you tonight. Thank you for sharing your time, your practice, and for being consistent to show up on your mat. Namaste.